Hi there, my name is aan't Goor, and in this Awake episode I will be talking to Josefien Groot, the founder and CEO of Qlayers. Not only a fast-growing startup, but also a conscious company, or at least that's the thing that Josefien wants to create, and I really admire her for this. Her big ambition, but at the same time she's a real inside-out entrepreneur. And for me that's next level. Alright, Josefien Groot, CEO and co-founder of Qlayers. It's great to have you here. How are you doing?
Good, good.
So what is the biggest goal you've ever set for yourself?
Well, with Qlayers we want to become a unicorn, which is that we have to work really hard these 5 years, because we were established last year. So I think that's a really big goal, because we just started, so we have to progress a lot, and I really see the impact of my decisions yeah. So I think that's a risk, but it's actually also not a risk, because if it doesn't work out, it's also fine. But it's my biggest goal to achieve that we are coating on any location, everywhere in the whole world.
And become a $1 billion company.
Yeah. Of course, the vision is more important than that, but I think it should profit and purpose can go hand in hand, can go together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And do you truly believe you can become that unicorn?
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah. And what makes you believe that you can become the unicorn?
I see the potential of our technology, and we really want to learn. So we put a lot of effort in learning. Yeah, and I really see a lot of things that we are trying, and everything is going well. So yeah, why not? I think we can do it. Yeah.
Now, how old are you right now?
24.
24.
Yeah.
So what do you experience? Do people feel or say when they hear you talking about these really ambitious goals?
Yeah, that depends. For instance, last Monday I was at the dinner in the evening. It was for the maritime sector, and we had a lot of discussions about sustainability, and I have a really strong opinion on that. And there was one CEO sitting next to me, and after that he said like, "Oh, can I have your card, because I want to introduce you to my kids who are 19 and 22." And so he was really, really nice. And but there are also others that think like, "What are you talking about? You don't know anything." Because actually the same evening I got to talk with a shipbuilder, a company that builds really large ships and yachts. And I was talking with him, and I thought he was a bit, all the grey old guys are a bit dominant. He was also like that, and so I was also doing like that. And then he was like, "Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about." And
and what does it with you?
What does it do with me?
Yeah.
Then I only feel more motivated to do it. So it doesn't work. And actually, that's also one of my. I'm super competitive, so if someone tells me that I cannot do it, I only get more motivated to do it, and that actually can be a really big motivation for me to make a decision towards proving that we can do it.
Yeah.
So
And what is it that drives you? Do you have to prove something to yourself or to others? What is underneath there?
No, it's more that I am really aware of my competitive side, but I use it as a tool, because I want to improve the world, and I see this competitive edge, which is really something that my ego has, as a tool that I can use to improve the world. So I don't see any reason to work on it to make sure that I don't have it anymore, because until now it really works well in a lot of situations.
And why is it that you want to improve the world?
Actually, during high school, I was really busy with sports, and I lost myself a bit in that. So I was a sport addict, and got totally wrong. I wanted to go the army from my 15th until my 18th. And then at one point I went through all the psychology tests, and then I was sitting in Breda with 4 officers at the other side of a really big, large wooden table. And then they were asking me questions like, you with your blonde hair, what are you going to do when you're an officer in the army? How are you going to lead people? And I felt a bit disrespected after that conversation. And I thought, if I'm going to join the army, then I will only be busy with proving myself to them, to other people, and then that makes that I cannot develop myself further. So I didn't join the army. I went to university. I had to choose a new study in a month. So and I studied science, business, and innovation with a sustainable energy track. And then I really developed my passion and for sustainability. Because first I always thought like I want to join the army and I want to do tough things. And then my whole world changed because I made a decision to not go to the army. And then I started to think like, what do I really want? What do I really care for? And then I had one moment that I really felt like with my heart chakra that I want to do something with sustainable energy. I want to improve the world and make sure that we all have clean, sustainable energy. Yeah. And at the end, I knew what I wanted.
So how would you, with a busy schedule like you have and high ambitions, what is in general, your state of being? How do you feel?
At this moment, very busy. And actually, I would like to have some more time to also invest in my own development. I now do that in the weekends. That also helps a lot. And what I also try to do is invest more time when I'm not working in myself. So actually, since the purpose scan in October, I got really better in seeing what kind of persons I want to have around me. Because of course the purpose scans showed that I had an energy, a lack of energy. And then I thought about where that is going. And I thought, okay, I want to develop my company, so it's good to invest my energy in that. But then I cannot do other things that cost a lot of energy. Yeah. So now I'm getting really better in selecting people, more selective with people around me.
What do you think if your future self in 10 years from now would give you advice? What kind of advice would she give to you?
Spend more time in nature, I think, because I actually planned. I finished my master program last July. So first I combined it, and then I thought, okay, then next to my building Qlayers, I'm gonna do a course to become really good with herbs, actually recognizing them and using them for medicinal applications. And
why did you want that?
Because I'm really interested in nature. Yeah, I like to sit under trees and talk with plants and that kind of stuff.
So you really connect with them?
Yeah, I do. Well, now it's winter, so everything is sleeping. Trees are also sleeping, so you cannot really connect with them. But I would really like to be more in nature, actually, to spend some like long weekends in a forest or.
And do you have certain daily or weekly practices that you do to stay balanced and stay in your center?
I do meditation every day. I did it twice a day, but now I only do it in the evening. So I have that as a practice. if I believe even more in myself and in my own decisions and in my own style, my own authenticity, then I will become the entrepreneur that I would like to be. If I can make that step. And I think I'm already working a lot on that.
And what is needed to believe more in yourself?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I think I get a lot of satisfaction and believe in myself if I do things in a good way. That's actually, of course, a weird answer because it's really about being, to believe in yourself. And now I am combining it with an action or with my actions, which should not be the same.
Now the interesting thing is when it's about actions, it's more about self-confidence. So you get self-confidence when things are going right in your life and believing yourselves on a deeper layer. So then it's more about self-confidence and also trying to prioritize opinions based on who is actually telling me this. Did he experience this himself, or not? Because we are in an environment in Delft. We are in the incubator, Delft. So we get a lot of advice. We also have a board of advisors, and they all have an opinion. And in some cases, they will be right. So I have to listen to them to see if I can do something with it. But in the end, it should be my opinion if I'm going to do things or not. And I think that's also important for the stage of the company where we are now, because we're growing as a company. And I wanted to build a teal organization from the book Reinventing Organizations. And we're actually really trying to do that. But I also see that a lot of people sometimes need someone to tell them, okay, then we're just going to do it like this, this, and this, and you're going to do that. Yeah, so you still need leadership towards the teams.
You need leadership, definitely. And of course it can be combined with self-management, but some people need, I think a lot of people need a leader. So I have to take that role, and that self-confidence is really important for that.
Yeah. So how are you building that teal organization with more self-management?
Yeah, of course it's not only about self-management. We also do daily meditation classes at 8:30. So the ones who are early can join. Yeah, but most of them start at 9, so they miss out. But so that's one thing. We do the daily meditations. We also try to include all of our hobbies inside of the company.
How do you do that?
We do weekly presentations on Thursday, and you can present something about your work, but you can also present a hobby or an opinion or anything, and then we drink a beer and we listen to you. So that's a way to do it. We do a lot of team activities to try to build that really strong connection with each other.
What is the biggest problem you run into when creating the teal organization?
I made an organization, how do you call that, a tree, an organization tree, like a hierarchy. Well, it's not a hierarchy, but an organization tree. And it was really like a puzzle. So I made lines from person to person when they had daily contact about the decisions and so on. But it was really a mess, actually. I think I was the only one that could understand it. And I presented to my investors and I said, this is our company. And they said, like, okay, but you need functions, like how we cannot understand this. So you still need to, you always need some kind of hierarchy to also communicate to the outside world how it works within your company. And you also have to, everyone needs responsibilities, and sometimes there still has to be one person that says you're going to be responsible for this. So then it's self-management, but within a certain context.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we learned in a couple of months while trying to implement the organization. And now we already see that we still need some kind of hierarchy. Even though it's still flat, we can communicate with everyone, and everyone communicates with everyone freely. But there is a certain hierarchy. Yeah.
And I can see in the purpose scan results, you don't really like to manage your people all the time. You like to be more on a distance and be the visionary entrepreneur.
True.
So that might even be part of why you like to create a team organization, I think.
That's actually
with
true.
Self-management. Is it important for you that people that you that come on board, that they really feel the purpose that you are after with the company?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it necessary?
If they don't feel that purpose, we're not going to hire them. And that's actually really difficult because we need really specialized people. We need aerodynamics engineers, electrical engineers, and there are not a lot of those people that have that specialization. But we do want them to have some kind of connection with sustainability and improving the world with technology. And they should believe that we can improve the world with science and technology. If they don't, then there's no connection and we cannot hire them, because that would mean that they also don't feel the connection with us. Yeah. And if I implement the daily meditations, of course not everyone likes it, that's fine, but I am like that.
It's not mandatory?
It's not mandatory, no, of course not. Everyone can decide on themselves. But they should be at least open for it. Because if they're not open for that, then you have a CEO that likes to implement those practices, and that would be weird. So they should be open for it.
And how do you know if someone is purpose-driven enough to come on board?
Yeah, so we are a startup. We cannot pay the salaries as if you would get them in a large corporate. So if they want to come and work for us, it's already kind of a motivation that they have. And I have a lot of questions during the recruitment process to find out. And you instantly, sometimes people tell you what you want to hear, but you see if they are talking the truth or they are just telling it to you because you want to know. It's easy to find out if they meet those criteria.
Is there anything you would like to share with other startup entrepreneurs or scale-up entrepreneurs, something that you've learned and think is really valuable? Yeah,
I think what is really important is to develop yourselves, before you develop, well, together with developing your company, it goes together. It's not that you can develop your company without developing yourself. So you should develop yourself at all times, and I think a lot of founders or managers miss out that part. They don't focus on that part. Sometimes I'm a bit shocked how that not enough startup founders or scale-up founders actually eat healthy or take care of themselves, or those basic things that everyone should know, and they're not even trying that out. So I think if everyone would focus on self-development, then they will always also find what their purpose is, what drives them, and then they can improve their company and shift the vision or realize the vision.
So self-development first and then
the company. And of course it should go hand in hand, because I also know people that develop themselves but they don't take action. So then they are who they want to be, but they don't know how to take action. And I think you can learn faster if you also take action. So if it goes together, then you can accelerate your own development. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.